So this is part 2 of answering all of your burning questions about us. So let's get into that now. We're only going to be doing questions that have not been asked before. We have done a Q&A before. We'll link the original Q&A and then the part 1 of this Q&A in the description below. So these questions are from our community post on YouTube. So the first question comes from Denise. Are you actual Geminis? Does she mean like horoscope-wise?
I think so.
Okay, no, we're Libras. Do you finish each other's sentences? No.
Not anymore. We used to do it when we were little.
Yeah.
Do you have that telepathy thing where if you're apart, you still know what's happening to each other? One time in school, we had the same type of telepathy issue where we were throwing up on different ends of the hallway at school. We ended up at the principal's office at the same time.
We could have just had a stomach flu.
We can kind of generally feel what people, each other are thinking because we're really close. Okay.
Do you ever try to prank your husbands? Okay, no, because Brad has known Sarah and me since we were 18 and we're 36 now. So there's like no way that he would ever be fooled.
Sometimes he says that he, like when we're both like, honey, like they can't tell who's talking, but generally we look pretty different to them. So what's the one keto item that you cannot live without?
Chaffles. Rebecca says, can you tell us about your fur babies? This is Ollie. He's a hairless. He's half Chinese crested, half Pomeranian. He is 11 years old. I was actually looking for a dog to adopt, but no one would adopt to us back then because we were living in a rented house, and so they just wouldn't adopt us. And so I was looking on like page 50, a puppy find, and I saw him. And I'll show you the picture of him when he was a puppy. And I went over there and I was like, what is this thing? I must have it. And then when I went there, I saw him there because he's his brother. And we went home, we just took him, and Brad was upset because he liked Mama more. And so I said, why don't you go back and get the other weirdo? And we called the lady, and she's like, yeah, you can just have him. And no one wanted Henry. And so these are them. And if you like that traditional cute thing, then Charlie's the dog for you. But if you like a little weirdness in your life, then I have my dogs.
Yeah. And this is my puppy Charlie. Stand up straight for the people. He is a golden doodle, but he's primarily poodle, 75% poodle. And then the other part is what?
Golden Retriever.
Golden Retriever, I forget, yeah. And he's very smart and sweet, very energetic. He used to be in a lot of our videos, but we've had to put him with his dad because he's very needy, and he takes up a lot of
room in the camera. Like, look how big his head looks. Anne asked, when starting your keto journey and also having a twin, did you feel like a sense of competition, like one of you lost more than the other? It was more so like we didn't want to be one of us bigger than the other, because a lot of people tend to compare us and they like to point out when one of us is bigger than the other. Or even in real life, we get this as well. It's like people naturally compare us. So that's the reason why it kind of seems like a competition, because we just want to be kind of on the same level. We have empathy towards each other as well. We always want the best for one another, and it's like when I buy a house, Sarah's not like, oh, she bought a house first. It's like, awesome, I also want to buy a house too. We've never been that way about anything, because we're such an integral part of each other's lives that when one of us gets something or does something good, it for both of us.
Right.
So I'm assuming your name is Jenna. How do you meet your husband? We already answered that. Do you live together? Yeah. You mean us or our husbands? No. We do not live together.
But we live like a mile or two apart from each other.
We live a mile apart, yeah. We only film here because lighting in this house is way, way better than at my house, so we might mainly film here. Plus, Sarah doesn't drive.
I don't drive. Okay.
Sarah doesn't drive, and so I drive to her to film here.
And the equipment is here.
It's just easier to film here. Dawn asked, what do your spouse's parents, siblings think about the growing success of your social media influencership? I think people have asked this before, but honestly, okay, when you start a YouTube channel, you assume that all of your friends and family will watch, and so I have thousands of people on Facebook and everything like that, but most of them really don't care, only if they are interested in the content. And since so many people are not like keto, they might watch like in the beginning if you beg them, but honestly, most people that are not interested in your content won't watch, even if they're family and friends. And so most people are so concerned with like what they're going on in their lives that most people don't care. Let's just put it that way. My mother watches, even though she's definitely not keto. Hi, Mom. Anyway, my mom thinks it's cool. My dad is 82 years old and doesn't understand any of it, so.
Joni says, how are you so beautiful? Thank you, Joni. We used to work together. I miss you. Hope you're doing well.
Smoke and Mirrors asks, what ethnicity are you? We are half Malaysian and half Irish, Scottish. We always thought... Huh?
A blend.
We always thought that we were Irish. because her name is Mick. But then Ancestry DNA came back and said that, nope, you are Scottish and you used to be a Mac. And so all that general vicinity,
We have a lot of different, like, we're just everywhere.
Yeah, I think 9 different countries showed up on that, and new ones pop up all the time. Our people traveled far. Let's just put it that way. Desiree asked, do you have to eat 7 to 10 cups of salad every day? Another big YouTuber who has a big following says this. I'm assuming you're talking about Dr. Berg. That dude loves his salads, and good for you. However, no. I mean, you could if you like salad, but I don't like salad that much. So we don't like pretend to play doctors on TV. The only medical degree I have is called a Grey's Anatomy. I've streamed it about 10 times through and through. Shantae, what brings you guys joy?
I'm very...
Joyless. We have no literal idea what brings us joy. What does that word mean, joy?
I think that we're just happy. We're content people in general. So I don't think that we necessarily like have things that bring us joy.
Simple things.
Yeah, the simple things bring us joy, I would say. You know, and finding this YouTube channel and finding a creative outlet, I feel like has really helped me feel like I like having a passion product, and the fact that, you know, so many of you guys enjoy our content and support us and join our Facebook group and comment on our videos and that stuff, that does bring me joy. I'm really happy that I found this hobby. Okay, so Patter asks, you cooked a Chinese dish with high-key pancake batter. Have you tried the biscuit mix? Yeah, I have not. I actually bought the biscuit.
Sarah loves a good biscuit
mix. I do love myself a good biscuit. Have not used it yet, so I don't know if it would make a good batter, but I would assume it would make a good batter. Maybe I'll try it. I'll let you guys know.
Kathy asked, you have gorgeous hair. Do you take collagen? No. Even though I know that I probably should, and we actually have it at my house because my husband keeps on taking collagen, and I should just probably take it. But maybe we'll start taking that soon and update you guys on what we think about it. It's like, I'm very bad at taking supplements. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to get better about that kind of stuff because I would like to have, you know, healthier collagen levels and healthier skin and all that kind of stuff. So do we take electrolytes? I take it when I don't feel like I've had enough, but I eat a lot of salt on my food. I'm like a deer with a salt lick. I love adding salt on my food, and so I probably get the most of my electrolytes that way. But if I'm feeling like I need some, it's the Element electrolytes for us. She's asking, emphasize 70% simple eating and 30% low carb recipes. It's more about eating indulgently 30% of the time, like the orange chicken that we made.
Adding these higher, maybe like indulgent type of meals or experiments helps us keep on track in the long run, and that's what we're trying to do. We've been on this lifestyle for 2+ years, and we're just trying to maintain it. So instead of going and getting a banana pudding, we will make it keto-fied, but you can't eat this stuff every day.
Right.
Moderation is key. You couldn't eat cookies every day in your normal life.
Right.
And when you're on this type of lifestyle, you can't eat these keto cookies every day
Right.
either. Moderation is key in this situation with everything. And I think that that's part of this journey that we try to talk about a lot because I think a lot of people talk about the food, and it's really mental as well. This is a mental journey, and you guys got to think about how you're eating and realize that you're eating too much in general.
It's keto is not a free-for-all that you can just eat whatever you want, as many calories as you want, okay? But the point is that if you kind of restrict yourself most of the time, then you can have a more indulgent meal for 30% of the time. Cindy asks, how long does it take your body to switches over to burning fat for energy? That's when you're fat adapted, and that you will start to be in ketosis after a couple days, but maybe 4 to 6 weeks is when you really switch over into fat adaptation. Can you overdose on protein? I mean, I've read that it takes a lot to do that. I really am not concerned by it. I've been on the keto diet for 5 days, and 8 hours would be 5 days exactly, and I've been consuming 80 grams of protein a day, less than 30 grams of carbs a day. I'm so tired. You're tired because you are literally switching from burning glucose into burning fat for energy, and so it's like putting a different type of fuel in the car, and you shed a lot of water when you start keto. That will set off an imbalance in your electrolytes. You need to take electrolytes. So buy some electrolytes. If not, take a couple shots of pickle juice and eat more salt, and that will help you be not so tired. You have something called the keto flu. Once you get those electrolytes up, then you're probably going to feel a lot better. That also helps.
I think it takes time to feel really feel the fat adaptation though. I definitely feel different when I'm not eating keto now though. So,
when you are truly fat adapted, you'll sleep better, and also when you're outside, you won't get hot.
and you'll
You'll
run
probably
cooler.
feel cold, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Glowing.
but just keep going because you should be close to being there. Just keep going. Try to stay busy. I think that's part of it. The problem too is like people when they're starting this lifestyle, all they think about is keto. And we like really think that you should just get out, distract yourself, find a hobby, do something else that's not related to food.
Michelle asked for 2021 any challenges, food or exercise related. Just even seeing the word exercise challenge gives me anxiety. Like, I feel like an idiot when I exercise.
Oh, I have a challenge. I want to decrease my coffee intake this year.
Oh, there you go.
I drink way too much coffee, and I know I do, and I can tell that it's starting to have an effect on my sleep. So, and it might be having an effect on my weight loss because they say it can
adrenals. Or
yeah,
something?
I don't know. So my plan for that is to start slowly cutting significantly back. I drink coffee all day long. Like, we both drink a lot of coffee. So my plan for this year is to cut down significantly on that. I'm going to be switching to decaf for as long as possible and not drink any more caffeine after the morning period, which is very difficult for me. But I'll let you know how that goes. I think that a lot of people have a coffee addiction, so we are not alone in that.
So the next questions are going to come from Instagram. So if you're not following us over there, please do. Our account is Keto Twins Official. That's our new account. And the first question is from...
I lost.
Yeah. Kimba's5 Keto asks, how long did it take you to get into ketosis and stay there? I mean, it's been years, but typically if you're a couple days, you'll start to go into ketosis. If you cheat, like sometimes if we cheat or get knocked out, it takes about a couple days to get back in. Did you have keto cocktails like ever? Or we enjoy a cocktail once in a while, but we don't drink that much, honestly, because we get pretty bad hangovers.
It says, what keto food can you guys not live without?
Chaffles, especially our chaffles, the crispiest, crunchiest chaffles ever.
Mom says, why are you guys so cute? You're biased. Jep says, when you're not drinking black coffee, what would you put in it? Heavy whipping cream. But honestly, I try to stick to black coffee because we believe calories count. That's a lot of calories to be adding to your daily intake.
We are abnormal. Normally, people don't drink as much coffee as we did. We have to drink it black because if we were to put even... I'm serious.
Yeah.
Even a tablespoon or a teaspoon of heavy whipping cream into every single cup of coffee that we drink, we could easily eat 1,000 calories of heavy whipping cream a day, if not more. So you learn to like it with nothing in it so that you save on those calories. You know, it's just one of those things that we have to do.
Stacy is funny says, do you have to fast? Can it be less hours? Yeah, a lot of people have different windows of eating. Some do 24. Some people do OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. Some people do 16-8, which means 16 hours fasted, 8 hours eating window. It's really up to you and what you can handle. If you guys are new to fasting, we recommend just, stopping with first the snacks and then stopping with like breakfast and then only having like your meals between 12 and 8 or whatever. And then slowly, if you can, keep moving it. That's how we did it. We were never breakfast people, but, even with my lunch at work, I decided to start just eating when I came home, and that's how I started doing OMAD, and that's when I saw the most results because your eating window is so small, and it really helps us we have one meal where we can feel like we really eat indulgently, and it really works well for us.
If I want to put like 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise on something, I'm just like squirt. I don't care because it's like that's the only meal I'm eating of the day. I feel
we have more freedom with one meal a day.
And I don't have to, you shop less, you clean up less. There's a lot of great things about 1 meal a day.
Blessed Mommy says, plateauing during your keto journey. Everyone has plateaued, I think, during their keto journey. You have to reevaluate what you're eating. And if you have lost a lot of weight, you probably are eating too much for your current size. We can't eat as much as we could eat when we were bigger. Like when Emily was 262 pounds, she was eating to sustain a 262-pound person. Now that Emily has lost 100 pounds, she needs to eat enough to sustain someone who's 100 pounds less. Right.
And so one of the best things to do is to change it up. Stop adding stuff to your coffee. Stop having low-carb tortillas. Start skipping meals. That's probably what I would do to start jumpstarting my weight loss. Honestly, I have to eat so much less now than I did before, and you don't really even realize how little you have to eat to survive until you try it and you don't lose weight still. And you're just like, you know what? Either your body is really happy at this weight. Guess what? Plateauing is better than what you were doing before, right? That's what I always think about it now. Like, I'm like up and down the same 5 pounds, like, for months, but you know what? I don't think that like a couple years ago, I was gaining 10 pounds a month, and so for me to just be the same kind of weight that is an achievement all in itself to me. And you guys should start thinking of it that way. At least plateauing, you're not gaining like you were for years, right?
And maybe start taking measurements, because maybe you're losing inches, but it's not showing up on the scale. That's another tip that we'd like to tell people. Alicia asked, do you think help control your appetite the most? Honestly, for me, it was intermittent fasting.
I agreed.
It's hard in the beginning, but like honestly, you have fat. You have fat reserves, right? So once you get over those hunger pangs and they don't control you, that's really empowering. Honestly, I feel so much better knowing you're gonna be fine. I think that when people first start it and they get like hangry and they have hunger pains and like, what am I gonna eat next?
That swings in blood sugar.
Yeah, and that once you get fat adapted, those things don't happen as much. You know what I mean? And when you're hungry, you're really hungry. And I don't think I knew what true hunger was until I was fat adapted and be like, okay, I could eat now. I'm really hungry. So thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed these question and answer type of sessions. We really wanted to sit down and answer your questions because we're getting a lot of comments now that we are trying to answer every question and every comment, but sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. So we love having these little videos for you guys just to like go more in depth in certain questions.
And if you'd like to see the first part of this question and answer video, you can click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.